Hi everyone, I'm Hortense, the designer behind Knitting with Chopsticks, where I share my free knitting and crochet patterns for home, women, and babies sometimes. They're all easy to beginner level, and today I want to show you how to crochet a cute Easter basket, so your kids will have a cute basket to run around and look for their Easter eggs. So it is about 9 centimeter high and 15 centimeter wide, so it's pretty small. But it can fit a lot of Easter eggs anyway, so I don't think my kid should eat more chocolate than that. But anyway, it has this cute strap so that they can hold it and carry it around, and it even looks cute if you fill it with eggs, like for decoration or something like that. So let's get crocheting. So let's get started. You need super bulky yarn in your main color, some contrast color yarn. What you can do is use up all your scraps, so you can combine thinner threads to form a super bulky weight. You need 6 mm crochet hook, your scissors, and a stitch marker. So let me put those aside. So we'll get started with the main color yarn, and you're gonna start with a magic loop. So I like to do mine this way. And in my magic loop, I'm gonna single crochet 6 stitches. So this is just like the first stitch to attach sort of the magic ring, and then single crochet 6. 1, 2, 3. Then I pull the magic loop a little bit. I don't pull it all the way. I like to do that after the first round, so that it gets really close, really tight. So now we're gonna single crochet 2 stitches in every stitch we have. So I'm gonna start here. Split my yarn. So in the first stitch, I will place my stitch marker. Hop, goes in here. So I remember which one is the first stitch. As we'll be working in continuous rounds, it can get confusing after a few stitches. So the yarn is pretty thick, and you're not using a very big hook, so it's a bit strenuous on the wrists and a bit hard. That's totally normal. That's the only way I know to get a tight basket that will like hold its shape and that the sides hold up. If you don't make it tight, you will have something floppy, and then it doesn't look as nice. Okay, so now you can pull very tight on the end of your magic ring so that it closes up completely, sort of as tight as you can without damaging your yarn. So all closed up, and we have 12 stitches. So now we're going to increase in the first stitch and then make a single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, all the way around. Place my stitch marker back in the first stitch to keep track. So now that you finish this first round, you have 18 stitches, so every round is going to add 6 stitches. And you're gonna work the next rounds similarly, so you're gonna increase, and then instead of single crochet 1, you're gonna single crochet in the next 2 stitches and then increase again all the way around. And then the next round is increase, 3 single crochet, increase all the way around. So every time you're gonna increase in the same stitch that you started the increase in the round below, and you're gonna do that until you have 54 stitches. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 5 rows. And I will meet you at the end of that. So now we have to work a few more increase rows to get to the size of the basket we want. So here we have 18 stitches and I want to go all the way to 54. So that means I'm going to have to make 5 other rows of increases. Each row has increased by 6. So what you're going to do is you're going to always increase in the same stitch. So here we increased in the first one and then we made 1 single crochet and then increase again. So now we're going to increase, single crochet, increase, and so on. And then on the row after that, you're going to increase, make 3 single crochet, and I repeat that around until you get increase, 7 single crochet, increase, 7 single crochet all around, and I will meet you there. So here we go. So we've made all the increase rounds. So now you have like a flat circle. And the next round you're gonna make a decrease round so that we're gonna start shaping the bowl shape. So to do that, you're gonna start with a decrease right where you increased on the previous round, and then single crochet 7 stitches and decrease again. And repeat that all the way around your circle. So decrease, placing my stitch marker again, single crochet 7, and then decrease again, single crochet 7, and decrease again, and keep repeating all the way around. Okay, so now you can like turn it inside out, because that's the way we want the basket to be. We want a pretty side on the outside. And then you're gonna single crochet 3 rounds, just 3 rounds of plain simple crochet to give some height to your basket. And I will meet you at the end of that. Okay, so now we have crocheted those 3 rounds. So the basket is starting to have some height, which is what we want. And now comes the contrasting color round. So to do that, I like to slip stitch in the first stitch, but I'm already gonna use the new color to join it. The main color yarn, you can just leave the tail on the inside and we'll pick it up at the end of the round to finish off the edge of the basket, so you don't have to weave in extra ends. Because it's only gonna climb 1 round on the inside, it's gonna be barely noticeable. So we're gonna slip stitch with the new color. Let me get the right tail. And then we're gonna start like single crocheting in this first stitch, pulling everything tight, and I'm just gonna crochet over this end, so it's already woven in for me, so I don't have to worry about that, doing that later. And you just do a plain row of single crochet all around. I didn't bother to move my stitch marker because I'm using a contrast color, so it's gonna be pretty obvious what the first stitch is. Okay, so now that we are done with the round, what I like to do is I'm gonna slip stitch in the first stitch. So this one, the white one, is the slip stitch from the previous row. So this one we're gonna just ignore and slip stitch directly in the blue stitch here, so that you have as neat a color change and as discreet a switch as possible. So you can pull tight on the inside again so that this little white one disappears. And then we're gonna switch back to the white color yarn, so that's the main color. And you can just crochet over the edge, the tail of the blue one, so that's all woven in for you again. So we're gonna start with a single crochet in this first stitch, hop, and then just single crochet all the way around. So I like to work over my tail for like 10 stitches or so, and I keep pulling it so I make sure it's like straight on the inside so it doesn't make any bubbles, and then I just put it on the inside of the bowl, ignore it, and I will cut it off at the end of the round. Okay, so we're at the end of the round now. So this blue loop, remember it's the extra slip stitch we made, so we can just ignore that and start the next round in this white stitch. The next round is a decrease round, so that the bowl of your basket is closing up a little bit on the inside to make sure everything stays inside nicely when the kids pick up the Easter eggs. Or anything else you're gonna use it for. So this decrease round starts with a decrease stitch, and then you're gonna single crochet 6 and decrease again, and repeat that all the way around your basket. So, decrease. I like to pull extra tight on this blue one so that the extra blue loop disappears and my switch in rows is as discreet as possible. So decrease 1, 2, decrease again, oops. And here we are. So I didn't move my stitch marker because it's just like 2 rounds after the color change, so I can easily see the difference, but you can totally use one if that helps you. So we're done crocheting the bold section of the basket. All you have to do now is cut off your yarns and weave in any ends that remain. And then we're gonna go to work on the strap. Oh, and of course you need to bind off. I like to do a single crochet in the next stitch just so that it doesn't make like a bump, but is like a smooth. So here you go. Just weave in these two and you are good to go. Now for the strap. For the strap, we're gonna start with the main color yarn again, and you're gonna chain 35 stitches. Okay, so the first round is a simple round row, of single crochet. So you're gonna start in the second stitch from the hook, and then single crochet across. Okay, so when we're done our first row, we should have 34 stitches. It's totally normal that your crochet is gonna turn and twist This is because you're crocheting very tightly, but we're gonna block this and it's all gonna disappear. Don't worry. So now that you finished your row, you can cut off your yarn and leave a long-ish tail to sew the strap to the basket. So maybe something like this, like 25 centimeters should be enough. And then we're gonna pick up our contrast color yarn, what we have left over of it, and we're gonna work a next row in contrast color. Make sure you pull everything tight, and I'm just gonna crochet over this end, so that's one less end to worry about at the end. And you just single crochet all along the strap. Okay, so when you finish off this color, this row, sorry, you can cut off your yarn again and leave again about 25 centimeters so that you can use that to sew the other side of the strap to the basket. And we're gonna make one final row again with the main color yarn to finish off the strap. Oops. So here we go. Once you finish this row, you're done with the strap. You can just cut off your yarn. Bind it off. And then you need to block your strap because otherwise it's gonna twist, and once you attach it to the basket, it's gonna stay, keep wanting to twist. So just block it, soak it in water and pin it down, let it dry. and then I'll show you how to attach both pieces together. Okay, so now let's see how we attach the strap to the basket. So the strap has been blocked, it's nice and flat now, it doesn't twist and turn anymore, and the basket all ends are woven in. I don't usually block the basket's part, but if you want you can too. So I'm going to use those ends to attach both pieces together. So I like to attach it on the inside, and I will usually put the end of the strap aligned with the contrasting color row. And I will take my tapestry needle to attach both parts. I just use a simple whip stitch, and I like to sew it both on the sides and on the bottom, and even here at the back here, just so that it's really nice and secure, because kids are gonna play with it, so knowing them, they will put some strain on it probably, so better safe than sorry. So here I like to do it on the sort of the inside of the basket, so that it's not, the seam isn't visible from the outside when you're done, rather than just attaching the edge. It's a little detail, but I think it's looks better. But of course you can do it differently if you want. So now I'm at the other corner. So what I like to do here is I like to make a knot between the first end and then the other one. This one is just a starting from the chain that I can ignore for now. I'll weave it in after, because you don't need so many ends on this side. Just make a double knot. This little leftover, I'm going to hide it inside the seam, because the seam makes like a square. So I'll just hide it inside, so I don't need to weave it in or cut it or anything. So I just put it in here, hop. And I can put this one also in here so that it's taken care of. So I don't need to do anything. Lazy me. Okay, so this is the one we're gonna work with. And then along the bottom edge. All right, so now I'm back at the starting corner. I'll just make a knot here to secure it, and then I can weave it in. And then you can just cut it here. So that's one side. You can see from the outside, you can't see really the seam. It sort of look like it's just attached by magic. And then all there's left to do is to do the same with the other side. Make sure that when you attach it to the other side, you're making it like the opposite of the basket and not having it like scoot this way or this way, or all the eggs will fall off the basket when the kids try to hold it. But otherwise it's just the same. So I hope you enjoyed your tutorial on how to crochet a cute Easter basket. You can use these for Easter eggs, of course, but also for like flower girls at a wedding or any other occasion you need a cute little basket. Or you can use it like without the strap as like a bowl or basket where you can carry stuff, put stuff around the house. So yeah, that's all for today. Have a good day.